Hello and welcome to episode 4 of Zone 6. Today we have the Arsenal special. We have some special guests. We hope this episode would be in better spirits, but unfortunately, title race hasn't panned out the way most of us wanted it. That, to put it simply, yeah. So, boys, what's good?
I'm chilling. I'm not an Arsenal fan, by the way. I'm a Liverpool fan. I'm here to moderate the bias on this. But yeah, I'm
All right,
chilling.
so this question for the Chelsea special, this was the last question, but we'll start with it for this one. Very simple. How do you rate our season out of 10? Who wants to start?
I'd say 6. I mean,
Nah.
like
6 is harsh.
Obviously, if like you gave this at the beginning of the season if you gave me this at the beginning of the season, I said, okay, yeah, that this would probably be an 8 because like our goal was Champions League, but like you can't spend so much time at the top of the table and then fumble it and still think, okay, yeah, we had an 8 of the season because like expectations aren't like stagnant. They're like dynamic.
Expectations are relative.
Like, obviously, you're 8 points up. Your expectations are, yeah, we're going to win the league. So, yeah, we'll bottle it. So yeah, I'll say 6.5.
Guys,
If we won the league, it would be a 10 out of 10. Obviously,
yeah, that's it. Yeah.
For us to lose it this late, however, to have still seen the games that we've seen, like the performances we've seen, I'd still give us at least a 7 because when you look at the ball we were kicking last year and now this year, like we have gone up to another level, which can at least give us hope for the future as well. So I think 6 is a little bit low for the football that we've been playing, but it still matters.
Yeah, 7 as well.
I agree with 7. I agree with what you said in terms of like our expectations have changed. Like during the season, our expectations did change, and we didn't meet the altered expectations. But I'd say 7 because if you look at it from just where we were last season, we had bottled top 4 last season. We were stressed about the way we had lost to Crystal Palace and all that. Like if you see the performances we actually put in, I'll be like, yeah, okay, there's been improvement there. Do I have like? Has it given me hope for the future? That's a conversation for another day, not now. But yeah,
surely it's for today.
We've got time today. The next question was, do you believe we can compete for the title again next season?
Solely depends on the signings, I think.
Yeah, it depends on some kind of.
But if
what
we
does compete mean?
Didn't sign anybody,
it depends on City.
Compete means.
Yeah, thank you so much, bro. Thank you.
Yeah, what does compete mean? Because I can't. Yeah, what does compete mean? Because City, to me, the way I see it, I don't see that team losing for another 2, 3 maybe years. I can't lie. I don't see them losing. Especially, it depends on how good Kevin is in like 3 years. But like, I don't see them losing for a while. So what does compete mean?
The thing is, they've won. Sorry to cut you off. They've won a title without Kevin pretty much. 2018-19, he was injured for half the season. That team, they're not real. Their sub striker is better than our striker. Let's call it spade a spade. Alvarez is better than Jesus. Like it's crazy.
Yeah,
the depth they have
easily
is scary. And Pep is still adapting at his big age. He's still coming up with new tactics. This one that he started playing John Stones as DM, playing this backline just offensive.
Four centre back is crazy. 4 centre back is crazy,
and it's working. Ake has always been adept enough to play left back, but yeah, Akanji is the one that surprised me. I didn't think he'd be competent enough in wide areas, but whenever he has to defend out there, he's doing well. So. City, I hate Pep so much. I can't explain how much I just like this guy, but it's a testament to his greatness, I guess. And yeah, the next question was, do you think we'll win? Like, does anybody genuinely think we will win the title next year?
No, that's stretch.
Even if we won it this year,
like, this was your year. You bottled it. This was your year, bro.
We're actually a year ahead of where we should be. What's annoying about this season is that
the way we bottled it is just not the way I expected it. Because I didn't expect us to win the title all throughout. Because I expected us to lose to like City and then at St James Park and drop a point at like Anfield or something. But going 2-0 up at Anfield at that moment, I was like, we won the league. Then whatever happened in the 3 weeks happened or whatever. But the whole narrative that Arsenal can't compete again because all these teams are suddenly going to become good again. Chelsea just spent 600 million and they won't have no UCL budget. Like they can't spend much more without financial fair play coming in. And you like what else could they buy? They have like 700 centre backs. What else could they need? Liverpool's squad like is good, but I just don't see how a team that has like Nunes and Gakpo playing is going to be better than Saka and Martinelli with another year of experience.
Wait, chill. You may need to chill on that. You may need to chill on that. This.
I just don't see it.
Wait, Victor,
Spurs are Spurs.
quickly, what's your preferred front three for Liverpool? Because you have all these attackers, but when everyone's
Luis Diaz, Gakpo, Salah, bro.
So you spend all this
Nunes
money
don't
on
get in.
Nunes to warm the bench.
Guy, chill. We can't play Nunes right now. We don't have midfielders. Like we can't like hold the ball for because Nunes can't drop in the way Gakpo does. Like he's a number 9. Like
Nunes is in your
out
best
the pitch. Nah. I'm not talking about right now. But like when we get midfielders, yeah.
Nunes
you
three.
can. No, I said Gakpo, Luis Diaz, and Salah.
Yeah, it just don't move me though.
What? Gakpo is better than Jesus. Gakpo is better.
In terms of winning,
Why is it better?
I disagree.
Gakpo is better than Jesus. I've said this
I
before, and
disagree.
I'll say it publicly, bro. Gakpo is better than
disagree.
Jesus.
Why is he
I will
better than
see it in due time. I'm not going to argue. We'll see it in due time.
I don't rate Jesus, but that's a stretch.
But he's
Okay,
still better than
bro, we'll see it in
There's
due
no
time.
grounds to say that, like, other than just being hopeful. Like, I can say, okay, yeah,
Exactly.
Saka is better than.
What do you mean?
Saka's
Like,
better
what do you mean
than
by
finisher.
hopeful? Like,
I
bro, they
hope
play
that
the same
better than
position.
him next
They
season.
play the same
Anybody
position,
can
and
say
you
that.
can clearly see that Gakpo is the better finisher. Like, you can see it. Like,
That's one
it's
Nah,
not.
Gakpo's a better finisher. Yeah,
That's
Like,
one
and they
aspect.
play the
That's
same
one
position.
aspect of the game.
Anything
Bro,
else?
like, bro, but
Anything
that's
else
the main
is better than-
aspect of a striker. Like, trust me, you'd rather have like
Yeah, but they're
Gakpo.
false nines as well. Like they have a lot of roles.
Yeah, but like exactly, but Gakpo
You know,
can score
Gakpo
goals as
started
a
his
false
Liverpool
nine.
career 0-for-6. Like, they almost made that 007 meme for him. Like, he literally made it on the last
Guy, bro, how many guys have made
Like,
almost made? Who gives a fuck
I'm
about
not saying he's
007,
not
bro?
good. Like, I actually like him. I
Like, guy,
Gakpo,
what is
but
007? Like, that does not determine how good you are as a
getting
player,
gassed
bro. Like,
last
what?
couple of games, I'll be
Like,
honest.
You
guys
guys are talking at the
007,
same time.
bro.
I can't hear either of you.
Apologies, Victor, take the floor.
Guys just brought live. This is an Arsenal pre-free live.
It's true. On the note
He's
of
going through all
Jesus,
teams. He
that
said
was one.
Chelsea, Liverpool. You're the one that just took offense. But yeah, I actually do agree with him. I think that because me, Victor, and Ehi, so Victor, Ehi, and I have this argument like all the time. They keep on saying that Arsenal won't be in this position next year because every other team is going to get better. Like Arsenal are just going to freeze in time.
Bro, I
Like,
did see
our
that.
players, like
Wait, is that
how
Arsenal
compared
the
Saka
transfer ban or
last
something?
year to this year, like you're obviously
Yeah.
like improved. He will do so again next year. Same with Martinelli. Same with like our players. We're looking at buying Rice or Caicedo or both. What like as much as every other team is improving, Arsenal have the same potential to improve, if not more.
And a lot of our players,
We have
they
a
are.
number of
I agree. Still.
experienced players getting more experience, getting better. Like we actually have potential to improve more than. Okay, let me not say more than, but we will improve at the same time other teams are improving. So I don't think teams are just going to leave us behind.
Like
And
City, there's room for improvement.
like, race or title race will be there.
I can't lie, but I feel like we need to have that big club mentality entering the markets. Like no more bidding wars. Like if we want a player, we have to get him.
We have to get them.
I'm tired
Yeah.
of
I
thinking
fully
about-
agree.
Rice needs to
I
come.
fully agree.
It needs to come. I'm not so sure about Partey for next season. Casedo,
For there's other reasons I think we should personally cut ties with Partey, but from a
Yeah.
footballing perspective, I don't-
Yeah.
from a football perspective, and also
Rice is
Mohamed
far young.
Kudus. Yeah, we need
Pardon?
Rice.
If we
We
get
need
if we
Rice.
get Rice though, if we get Rice, what position is he playing? Is he playing in Shaka's or in parties? Or is he just doing both? Like,
It depends on who else we get, though.
If we only get
Yeah.
Rice, then it's
I don't know.
Xhaka. But if we get Rice and like Caicedo, then going past his position, I think.
That's a lot of money, though.
Because
Rice and Caicedo.
Yeah.
That's a lot of
That's a
money.
lot of P.
That's a
we're
lot.
playing in the
But-
Champions League. We have to drop because
Exactly.
the way I see it, I think the fact that we didn't drop the money for Isak cost us top 4 last season because we were playing Lacazette for another 3 months and he was stinking up the gaff
Yeah.
repeatedly. That 75 mil for
Yeah.
Isak now, who has come to England and scored 11 goals in 14 games or something stupid like, or 11 GA maybe. I can't remember what the stat is, but Isak,
Yeah.
he has
Yeah.
aura. There's something about him, both in terms of his ability and like the way he carries himself. Like he knows how good he is, and I love players that have that bit of swagger. Like Henri said about Saka, you have to be a bit of a prick to succeed. You have to have that little bit of attitude about you. If we had signed Isak for 75 last year, and then this year, I'd say that 80 mil or whatever, that may well have been the difference in this title race because there's such fine margins. Each game that we drop points, you can pinpoint small moments. I think there was a game that Xhaka was injured and we played Odegaard and Vieira double pivot. Sorry, Odegaard and Vieira ahead of Partey, and it stunk. Like Vieira has not been able to impose himself whatsoever. So those signings, Isak, the ship has sailed because Newcastle are Champions League side now, and he's not moving. But Caicedo, I feel like we can still lure away because Caicedo posted on his Instagram, "Thank you, Brighton." Like he was ready to cut.
He
So
wants out.
if we're going for him again, yeah.
Yo, Caicedo is a
How
slot.
much would he be though?
80 and
How much would he
We
be?
just signed a
I
new
actually don't
contract. So
Yeah,
we
he
have
just
to-
signed a new contract.
Yo, guys, see, don't bank on Caicedo. He's a fucking slot, bro. He'll go anywhere, bro. He'll go
Yeah,
anywhere
really
that
good.
offers
I
him.
think it was at that time because
What
like
is
in
that?
January, I think his wages were like really low.
Yeah, like really,
3
really.
million.
So, like he had a new contract. I don't know. They might have like a
It'd be
clause
quite a lot,
somewhere. I
though.
don't know, but I
They
think
probably do have a release
It'd
clause
be
on
quite
the
a lot.
contract. Yeah.
He'd be
He's
quite a
definitely
lot.
going to be
He'd a
expensive,
lot.
though, like 80 plus.
He'd be a lot. That's
But
it.
we
I
should
don't
have-
know.
He
I
might
don't
be
know.
like
If that's
180 as well.
Money shouldn't be
I
an
don't
issue
know.
for us. If we want to hit the heights that we want to hit, then we can't be worrying about overpaying by 20 mil or whatever. They said
Yeah,
Yeah, but
facts.
Ben White was
every week at the
overpaid.
end of the day.
Now it doesn't
No, but
matter.
we
No
also
one
need to
cares
think
if they pay 50
about
mil.
we also need to think about our total budget though, because if we're blowing 80 on Caicedo, like 80 to 90 on Rice, we probably need another left back if Tierney's gonna go.
We need
Even if
another
Tierney
centre
doesn't
back.
go,
Yeah, but then
We need
Tierney's
a-
made up
decent money with sales.
of sales.
Okay, so
yeah,
which question do we want to go to next? Do we want to go to who we signings or who we should get rid of first?
Who we should get rid of?
I think get rid.
get rid of.
I got a
So
whole
from
list.
should we do a keep or sell?
Yeah,
To be fair,
yeah.
Yeah.
there's not many. Okay, let me get the squad up. Do
Wait,
it.
Does this include loan players?
Yeah, because there's a couple man on loan.
Yeah,
Yeah, there's a couple men on
sure.
loan that like Pepe's still on loan, isn't he?
I know.
Oh, wow, Pepe is on loan.
Yeah,
I wasn't even thinking.
Yeah,
Okay,
so-
that's a good
Arsenal,
one.
Yeah. Or is it like that keeper or is it in the actual squad?
because we need to figure out how much
No,
money
no,
we can accumulate.
Loan players as well. All right,
Okay,
Ramsdale.
Keep.
Yeah,
This is keep or sell. Ramsdale
Keep.
as a starter or just Matt
Start.
Turner.
Start.
It's not a main priority at all.
Yeah,
Carl
obviously we
Vine.
can improve on Ramsdale. Like I was never really sold on him, but like everything
Nah,
is step by
that's
step process. I think we should replace. If we're going to replace him, it'll be more like more later. Like we have more important things to fix right now.
Yeah, I hear it.
I don't know
Tierney.
if I agree
He's
with
not a
that,
bad
but-
goalie, you know.
Nah, he's good. He's good.
Yeah, he's
Ramsdale's
actually good. Yeah, he's not a bad goalie.
For this stage, he's good.
Okay, Tierney.
I think, he should,
I think we should keep him. I think we
he
should
should.
keep him. I think we should keep
I think he's another big
Wait,
injury.
so-
waiting.
How many keeps? How many sells?
I'm keep.
Who said keep?
Yeah, keep.
So
Look,
Yimika, you sell.
If I think I buy it, it's probably keeping.
So Dami, you're on your ones. What's your proposition to sell Tierney?
It's because this guy is made of crisps. Like he is going to get another long-term injury and will only have one left back. Like if Tierney was able to play for the entirety of the season, then he would be a great option to have. But you guys cannot tell me you trust him to be called upon at any point, especially when we have a Champions League campaign to compete with, as well as the Premier League, FA Cup, Europa League. Like I think at this point, this is probably the most money we're gonna get for him if we sell him this year. We should just sell him, get another
His
backup.
value will only go down from here.
It's
When
true.
does his contract expire?
Who would we get though? That's what I don't know.
I don't
think
have
we need-
anyone in mind from
I
left
don't have
back.
anyone either, but I think we need like a left back.
Wing back's also always been a weak spot, like university.
Yeah, I think
He
we
has
need
3
a
years
left
left on his
back,
deal.
back hybrid, like White, but on the other side.
I hear that.
I hear
Actually.
There's that guy.
It's a
Leipzig.
unique
It's
profile.
unrealistic, but like that Guardiola guy. But, like, we're not
Guardiola, that would be too much
Like,
money.
yeah, we're not
That's
getting
a
that.
lot.
He'd be crazy expensive.
That's a
He
lot
would
of
be
money.
crazy expensive. That World Cup, his price went up after that World Cup. He's not gonna go.
I
for
think
cheap.
when
After his
Messi
price
ripped
went
his
down, the way
contract,
Messi done him.
I think he's destined for City.
yeah,
Yeah, see, and
Chelsea. I thought Chelsea were going to buy him at a point. It looks like it was
But
a
Chelsea wants to buy everybody.
surefire
Yeah, that was last summer. That was last summer.
Was that
but,
summer?
like, yeah,
They
that was
bought
last
for
summer.
him
It was
again.
Chelsea.
Yeah,
Yeah,
It was
when he
before
signed
the
a new
World Cup.
contract. Yeah.
Yeah, it was before the World Cup. Yeah.
Okay, and then Ben White keep,
keep.
Gabriel keep, Saliba keep. Kiwior, what do we think of his performance today?
I think
He
it's
actually
fine.
did well.
Fine.
Yeah, he did
Yeah,
well.
he did well today. Yeah.
But Chelsea are
Right.
Chelsea tax, can I?
Yeah,
I'll be honest.
Chelsea's
they
not
don't
the
even
best.
know how to
My
score
issue
goals.
is, and we let them score, and that's the worst part. My issue is when you look at City's third choice centre back, who is it? Is it Laporte? Is it Diaz? Because Stones is number one, but then after that, is it Laporte? Is it Diaz? Is it Ake? Is it
Yeah.
Akanji? Ours is Kiwior. It doesn't give the same.
And
Yeah,
Holmes
but
is
we can't be
another-
comparing ourselves to City right now. I'll be real.
Yeah,
Like,
can I?
So that's the
Yeah.
standard. Unfortunately, that's the standard. Like we have to try and compete with them because when
I agree. We
our-
have to
our
up the
starting
standard.
level-
We have to understand.
we have to, yeah. Obviously, it's unfortunate that City are just like City are not a real team. Nobody has, even when Liverpool are competing with them for 4 years. If Van Dijk or Gomez got injured at the time, the depth was not there to face it. I just ignored him smiling. Don't answer him. We need to buy players that are coming to try and get first team spots, not just buy for the sake of depth. Because City have players where people leave eventually. Sane, Sterling, like these guys leave because they're not happy being rotation players and they're good enough to start. Whereas the drop off between our first team and our second team is very loud.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
So yeah.
But
And
the
then
question
next,
is-
Rob Holding, I think.
Sell.
What'd you say?
Sell.
So
I sold him last season and season before that and season before that.
100%.
I don't think
No.
so. I
Once
think
he hasn't he hasn't been the same since the ACL. Because remember that FA Cup final against Man City, we're holding against Man City,
Chelsea.
we're holding
Chelsea.
the final against Chelsea where he was going head to head with Diego Costa, and like I thought this guy was a dog.
Yeah,
like
he
I thought
played well.
we had a solid
He played
sense.
well, though.
we're talking
Since
about
that ACL,
2017
yeah.
performances, man. This guy
Yeah,
is
like-
horrid.
Yeah.
He's cost
This
us
was a while ago.
twice in a row. Like,
Cool, bro.
he needs to die.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Holding us to go. Holding us to go. I
His
can't lie.
time,
He has
his
to go.
time is up.
His time been up.
And
His
next,
time has been up.
If we're being honest,
I don't know how he last.
Is he even like a Crystal
I
Palace?
never
centre-back?
understood. I don't. The question you have to ask is: our third and fourth choice centre backs, if you look at any other team, are they going to start? Whereas if you look at City, Diaz starts at a lot of other teams. Like we just, I keep having to go back to City because they're the standard at the end of the day. Next is Tomiyasu.
Get rid.
Keep.
You'd get rid.
I think we should.
After that City performance, get rid straight away.
That was one bad game. But I think we should keep.
None of these
I think we
players
should
are-
keep.
Bro, twice,
I
two
think we
seasons in a row, he's gotten injured at the end of the season when we need him because he's getting done by.
We needed him. I can't lie.
Like,
Yeah,
He actually got
he
like
injures himself by
they,
getting
they
done. It's so bad.
actively injured him in that Sporting game. Like somebody cut him and he got injured. Like it's not even funny, but
I've seen Maxime
it's-
done to him last year as well. Like,
But we can't sell everyone, though. So.
Yeah, we can't
Yeah.
sell the
Nah,
entire
we-
squad. That's the thing. We need to pick our battles.
I think we should keep Tomiyasu. I can't lie, because Tomiyasu can even play left back as well when
Yeah,
Like,
he's a good
there's an
utility
issue
player.
He can play
So,
center
actually,
back. If we're
Remember,
keeping either one of Tomiyasu or Tierney, I'd rather keep Tomiyasu. Me personally.
Tomiyasu, for sure.
Yeah.
Tierney has better availability than.
But
This
I'd have to
season,
look-
yes. Funny enough.
Maybe.
But I think Tomiyasu's versatility, he's the only one of our defenders that can technically play across the back four. And he's usually
he
technically
can,
sound.
he
Like
can.
last season, he was very good.
yeah, like,
Even defensively
it's
against Liverpool, what he did to Salah in that game,
Where this is
the
Salah,
first leg was
yeah,
he had him
he
in
actually, played well.
I don't know why you guys reference everything.
I've alwaed liked the Tomiyasu signing, but like,
Everything's
never
personal.
there. Like, he's always injured, always this, that. He had a calf injury for
It
3
feels so
months.
long ago.
Nobody has
That
a
calf injury, we were like, it was as if he'd been banned or something because it made no sense that he missed that time. It went from HMP Tomiyasu, like he was locking up everyone's winger. Then he came back in that Liverpool Cup game and Jota just dogged him, I remember. And he hasn't really been as good as he was since, but he's always fighting injury, so it's a sticky one. Next is Zinchenko. I'm getting a little bit sick of him.
Bro,
But
he's
at least
a
it's
bench
not
warmer,
on-
bro.
I'm
He's
He
a
can't
left back.
defend.
He can't defend.
I'm
We
sorry.
need
he's
to
not
know
very
that
good.
he's in starting
He's
11, I'll be real.
No, he's good. When Arsenal are clicking, Zinchenko is pivotal to that. He's pivotal to that.
It's one of those.
Even some of
It's like Odegaard.
He's not.
When everything is going well, suddenly he's shining. He's a trampoline. He's taking the ball. He receives it in tight areas and he's spraying it about. But then when things are tough, suddenly it's not looking great. The Anthony goal against United at Old Trafford on his debut, Zinchenko's fault because he runs into the middle and leaves him wide open. Today, Madueke's goal, Zinchenko looks for his shoulder, sees him,
Yeah,
turns,
poor.
and then
The Southampton game. The Southampton game, he's doing huddle and losing his man at the back post.
literally, he lost it. Yeah, holding Zinchenko back post. It's
Trent-
becoming
Trent-
very
his positioning
And
is
after doing 2
positioning
meetings
is-
after he fails.
Get rid of him.
I think
don't
we
wanna
should
get
keep
rid of
him.
him
I
just yet,
can't
but
lie.
I
I
think
think we
he's
should
bench
keep
warmer.
him.
I mean, we can't sell him after one season. It's not possible, I'll be real.
No, we should keep him. We should
But
keep
I don't
him.
think he's a long-term
We
future
should
starter.
keep
Though.
him.
I did think that.
Yeah, he's not a
previous
long term
season.
starter. No, I don't think so.
I agree. I don't think he's good enough
He's
to be
definitely
us.
scored.
Not good enough. He's good enough to be a squad player, but not a regular starter, in my own opinion.
Yeah.
That's what I
I
think.
don't
I
know.
agree.
I don't know.
#5.
That's
keep
good.
it going.
They were
Oh,
arrested.
I don't think we have the choice of
Keep.
keeping
Bro,
him.
you sell that
Keep.
dumb fuck. You sell that dumb
I
fuck.
think he's gone by the summer.
I heard we should keep him.
I hope
think
they
we should
arrest
keep him.
him.
I can't lie.
That
Who's gonna
guy
sign him
deserves
though?
to be
Yeah,
gone.
obviously, like outside of football reasons, yes, he should be gone.
Yeah.
Football
But
reasons, football wise, I
would
can't lie,
keep
we
him.
should keep him.
I'd keep him on
Football
his
reasons.
Football wise,
Yeah.
football reasons, we should definitely keep
Bro,
him.
he should
Football
fuck
reasons, I'll
off.
tell him go.
Leave the league.
He's
Definitely.
really good.
No, he needs to be out of the league, bro. No, forget
Yeah,
football
yeah,
reasons.
yeah.
Get the fuck out.
In my opinion, football reasons he has to go as well because his availability
Nah, I don't
is too
think so.
poor. And then he's bare inconsistent.
He's
as well.
another
Like,
one
some
that's
games-
very.
Facts.
Some games he's the best in the
I
world in that position, and some games he's just
But
horrible.
I think he's been very good for majority of this season.
So loud.
Nah, I think
For majority of this
For
season,
majority,
he's
yeah.
been
a lot
very
of like
good.
someone's party like opinions are actually like they're being really reactionary because like from
Yeah, I agree.
let's
I
say
agree.
August till March, like nobody
was-
was saying anything. That was our best.
People were arguing. We were arguing Party or
Like,
Casemiro. That's what we were arguing. And now,
Like,
yeah, that's what we were arguing. Now we're saying we should tell. Come on, let's calm down. Like
Yeah,
Party when he's
like
on
the whole
his.
team has
Physical
played
decline
bad
that
like, recently. Like,
But if we get a DM, we can't have Party, Jorginho, and potentially.
I can't lie, I feel like
Don't worry
Jorginho's
about
not here for
Jorginho's-
long.
Jorginho's not good enough for me to
That's
be
his
worried
big
about
shot.
him not getting minutes. Like for Partey, I'd
I
say
don't even know if
you're
he'll resign.
right. And
I
When
think
is
you guys are
contract
giving Partey. I think you guys are giving Partey too much credit. I really do.
You think?
He's actually.
But would you have said this in January, in February? Would you have
Let's be
said this?
real. As an Arsenal fan, he was meant to show up for us in these games that we didn't have Saliba in, and he didn't. And Rice has showed up for West Ham so many times. I
His
think
team
Rice,
was losing 5-1 and he was still doing very good. Like no,
Gigas,
Rice has a
he's a
consistent
consistent
level.
player. I don't really see Partey being there for us next season. If we
Do you
get
think Rice
Rice,
is better than Partey?
But
I
when they're
think he's
both
more.
at their best, who do
He
you think
has
is
better
better?
numbers right now. He has better numbers
When they're
right
both at their
now,
best,
and
who do you think? We don't
obviously,
rely
like
on Pi for numbers though.
Partey's level, like his best level, is up there. I'm gonna agree with that, but like the drop is crazy, bro. For me, especially he came on in the last few minutes of this game and had how many fouls? You know, I don't know
Yeah, this
about
was
that.
a horrible cameo, to be honest.
And I don't know if it's like he's lacking composure now or he's just not fit. Obviously, there was a speculation about him having an injury that he's carrying for the rest of the season, but like nobody knows. Who knows?
I mean, I do hear the best DMs in the world. They don't have these like 5-6 game stints where they're continuously causing mistakes. Like you won't hear that about Rodri. Like Rodri is just
Exactly.
consistent.
Look at Liverpool now. Fabinho has to go, bro. That guy is
Yeah, but
shit,
that's different. Fabinho's been terrible
He
for
needs
majority of the
to
season.
go, bro.
Like since last season.
But
Like
that's
Victor, Victor, you can't even
Yeah,
say this.
even last season.
I'm quiet. You can see I'm quiet.
Like,
Not so much.
I just
When
think the way
Victor
we
is
I
quiet,
mean,
you know you're right.
the way we play, our
Nah.
DM needs to cover ground and Partey's legs.
But Partey
just look
does
like
that.
a
Yeah,
funnel.
because he's
So
the
He
only
does
one.
that for
He's the only
majority.
like Xhaka plays so high up. Odegaard is the one dictating play, so he has to do.
Nah, I
all
think
that.
we have to
So if
keep
he's not
him.
on
Footballing wise, we have to keep him.
We
For
obviously
now,
have
I'd say for now because
yeah,
if we buy Rice and Rice is the one starting first game of the season, I have no issue.
yeah,
Similarly,
that's
if
true.
it's Partey and Rice, I've got no problem.
Yeah.
Because there's certain games where our midfield just gets overrun. Like that Everton game, it's like Partey met his match. I think it was Doucouré, Gay, and Onana, and he looked so mediocre.
Onana ripped us to
Onana is a
shreds
player.
that day.
Onana is a player.
I've been saying it. The streets are listening to me. I've been saying it.
Guy, he helped
There's-
Party like this. So Party helped.
Like,
Party come
he
here,
ran his
help.
pocket.
Bro.
Yo,
Nah, man, that game
I was
was
going to say
crazy.
who else? Lavia. Southampton game, Lavia was looking cold. Like
Yeah.
our midfielder has allowed too many
Lavia's good.
guys to
Lavia's good.
keep performances.
Lavia's good.
But Lavia is he's a City product. So I mean, what do you expect from a City?
Yeah, what do you
midfielder? Like
expect?
their academy goals.
I think if we
Very
were
good.
still like trying to build for top 4, that would be someone that we should pick up. But I think now the situation we're in, like we're too far in our progression to be picking up someone like Lavia. Like he needs to develop a little bit, but he's cold.
I feel that take.
Next is Saka. Erdegaard. One of my questions was, how do you feel about Erdegaard as our captain? So keep or sell. Obviously, we're keeping him, but how do you feel about Erdegaard
Obviously,
as the captain?
keep it, yeah.
I think there's no reason to change it. But I think if Rice was here before Odegaard was made the captaincy, like they would have given it to someone like him. Definitely.
I think
because I feel
Odegaard.
like Xhaka is still the emotional leader of the team.
Yeah, he is. But we just can't give it to him because of obviously what he did.
I don't think so.
No, we can't give it to Xhaka because of obviously what he did.
You can't give it to him, yeah. And I think it's best for the team, actually. Like, there's less pressure on him if he's not the captain. He's not going to be talked about in the media, but he can still have his leadership role without that pressure.
That's true.
The thing is, he's actually like Odegaard. There's been multiple moments in the season where like we'd concede maybe a goal we're not supposed to, and he's the first one to like lift their heads up and we come back to win the game, or he's himself has actually stepped up and been the reason why we won the game. I think what my criticism with Odegaard was last season was that when Arsenal were flowing, he looked like he'd be doing dummies, he'd be looking like Ozil, and then when we were struggling, he'd be terrible. And I think he's done that a bit this season, but for the most part, I would say he's been actually very like he's impressed me. I think he should probably still stay our captain. I can't lie.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I think it wouldn't be worth the media noise of stripping someone of captaincy.
Yeah, there's no need.
It's one where I do wish that I don't know. I've been frustrated with him recently because at Anfield, I feel like that was a ghost sesh. They were not able to keep the ball, and there was no sense of composure. There was no sense of composure in that game. Like they weren't able to.
Bro, he stunk. Fucking stunk. Fucking
He's
stunk.
not wrong. From the
I
40th
think,
minute,
I
it
think
was.
the topic of I think the topic of like the captain's armband, like I think like the captain's armband is just like who gets to talk to the referee. Like a team can have a series of leaders. Like captain armband doesn't really like affect that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, so like Liverpool, I think 2019-20, like they had like a lot of leaders. Can't remember who their captain. I think Henderson was the captain, but you still saw Van Dijk
Henderson.
being a leader. You still saw
Yeah.
Salah was still a leader. Like they had different leaders. Like
Alisson.
armband doesn't really mean much.
Allison, yeah.
However, I believe that like my problem with Odegaard is like they're just like if you're a good player, like you can't have the problem where every big game we play, you're just not there. Like I'll give him Spurs away. Okay, fair enough. Like he played well in that game, but like I can name games upon games where like
This,
I can call the God's name and he won't reply. Manu away from home. City, he even caused the third goal. That was such a like lethargic pass. Um, how was I can't remember. I really can't remember how we played against Manu when we were at home because like he just wasn't there. But
this could,
if anybody else can have Saka played, I'll tell you how
that game
Saka
he was
played.
cooking.
Ketia played. I'll tell you how all these guys played. But Odegaard, like when the lights are shining bright,
It's
like
not
he
been
can't
pretty.
really go.
Yeah, when it matters. When
Like,
it matters.
and
It doesn't show.
obviously, we put ourselves in a position where next season, like we'll be playing on Tuesday and Wednesday, where the lights actually shine the brightest. So, like, obviously, I'm not saying replace him, but like this should be like it. If he sees this, he might not see this, he might see this. If he sees, I think he should look in the mirror, ask himself, is this type of player I want to be next season? Do I want to be the guy who ghosts when his team needs him, or do I want to be the guy who like carries his team when things like that bright?
I feel like
I feel like
Odegaard-
Odegaard is built for the Champions League. Sorry to cut you off. I feel like
Yeah,
Odegaard is
yeah.
built for the Champions League. I can just imagine cooking on Champions League nights, but I guess we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, probably against Wi-Fi passwords.
Yeah, like Ludogorets, them team. I'm talking about like Madrid.
Yeah.
Actually,
He's not cooking against like Madrid or like. Nah,
Yeah.
bro.
I think it's a little
He
harsh.
is
though.
technically.
I don't think that he's underperformed in the big games any significantly more than like Martinelli or Saka. Like I'm thinking Liverpool at home when he slips Martinelli through, like in the 2-1 win again. Was it 2-1 or 3-2?
3-2.
3-2.
3-2. Yeah, it was 3-2.
I feel like at home he played really well. That was the game he did that flip flap pass to Xhaka, like United at home. Like I think that whole game he was just pulling strings. I think the City games and I think the City games were the two disappointing ones, and Liverpool away. Those are the ones I'd point to where Odegaard just didn't turn up. But I think the other big games throughout the season, like he's done his thing. And last year, I think that was his biggest criticism. Like he was never the guy to pull up his boots and do something. So I think he's progressed since then, and hopefully
he has progressed. So
I
let's
feel
have to
like-
progress more.
I feel like as
Now-
Arsenal, like as better players, Odegaard is going to improve. There's some players in Arsenal right now that I feel like if they're around the winning team, Jesus, I don't think Gabriel Jesus is good right now, and I think we need a new striker, a proper striker. I feel like he's the kind of player that, he shows up, but he's going to continually show up when he's around someone that's showing up as well. Like he's a complementary player. You get what I mean? Like in City, that's why Pep put him on different wings. But putting that pressure on him to be scoring, he skied today. He skied last match.
Yeah, the volley.
Because
One big
it's
chance missed every game.
it's not that he's not good, but he's not just a ball striker. Like he's not technically gifted in that aspect. And you can't blame him for it, but he's good. And I think Saka is good. I'm all for he's done well this season, but I think he needs competition. I really do.
He does.
I agree.
I feel like
He does.
Last
He
weekend-
does. I agree.
Martinelli has probably to some extent. I feel like Martinelli has played better football this season than Saka. Obviously, Saka has English
I
facts.
disagree. I
Nah,
disagree.
Yeah,
I
I've
disagree.
no.
I disagree.
I agree with
I
that.
think
I
it's very
disagree. I
close.
can't.
The
I-
only
I-
moment where Martinelli wasn't playing like his best football when he had Nketiah in the strike. I'm like, obviously,
Yeah,
Nketiah.
exactly.
Yeah,
But
but
other than
in
that,
those moments,
But like, look
in
at like the title race right now. When things go hot, like who was there? Like who was
Yeah,
on?
it wasn't.
Who was
no,
on
I
the
agree. I agree. Recently,
that?
I agree. Martinelli's definitely been better. Definitely, like I
Yeah,
wouldn't even argue that. Recently, Martinelli's definitely been better. But I think like across the whole season, I think Martinelli. I think it is close, but I would still say Saka just because of like
Saka, yeah.
there were multiple. There were some performances that Saka put in, and I was like, wow, like yeah, like this is still his team. So I would say that yeah, I'd still edge it for Saka, but I hear the argument. I hear the argument.
I think we're in a
split
good place when we can have.
Martinelli, Odegaard, and Saka. I can't split over the whole season who has been better, in my opinion. Like they've all had periods where they've been the guy.
They've all had that periods, yeah.
Then they've also been somewhat.
Is it just me or is Dammy cracking?
Yeah, he's cracking.
Yeah, he's frozen.
Yeah, he is.
Oh no, he's not frozen. I just saw him blink.
He didn't.
Wait, can you guys hear me?
Oh,
No,
yeah,
it's just
Yeah.
Yeah,
you can now.
Your thing's
yeah, but
bugging.
when
yeah,
you're
you're
making
back
a point-
now. You're back.
I don't think he can hear.
What was that? Did you guys hear what I said?
Oh, now you broke up, bro.
Kind of.
We can
Hello?
see.
We can hear you. Wait, so can you man hear me?
Yeah.
We can now. We can now.
Yeah, I was saying I can't split Saka, Martinelli, and Odegaard across the whole season. Like I think they've all had their periods where they were the guy. They've all had somewhat down moments, but throughout the season, I'm not sure between the three of them. Like,
You have a question. Why did Arteta bench Trossard after winning, the Player of the Month in March, and then like he was on a good form and he got benched? Why?
Well, Arteta is a
I asked myself the same question.
Like,
I
why?
understand that Jesus.
Like, what was the point? What was the point of that? Like,
I understand.
me personally,
that his
like that fucks up Trossard's morale. Like, why would you do that to him, bro? Like,
Even
it's
today,
kind of
taking him
unfair.
off at 58. For what?
Like, bro.
Arteta is looking doing that thing Klopp does with favorites.
Yeah, bro, favoritism, bro. He does that
Yeah.
shit too, bro.
Because there's a guy that shall come off
Saka-
today. There's a guy that probably shouldn't be starting some games as of recent, but like,
Is it that guy on the right?
Saka.
Right.
Yeah, no, that guy that is
but like I
sucking.
kind of hear that because like that's Loki your best player. Like he doesn't really
Yeah.
like there's a player that they don't really need to be playing well like on a string of games to like really come out and perform.
Have a moment.
Lucky for Arteta and Saka, like he just hasn't done that. But like, yeah,
I do feel for both Saka and Martinelli because it's going to a point where they get doubled almost every time they touch the ball. And
Yeah.
it's very difficult to protect a winger when you're
But
literally
that's what
doubled all
happens
the
to you
time.
when you're a good winger, though.
Yeah.
I guess.
It does, so
when
they
you're
have
a
to
good
adapt.
winger.
Smart as a winger to like bypass that. Or, like,
Yeah, like
I
you
think
just have to
even when
adapt to
they're both being
that.
wingers, even when they're both being doubled, like I think Martinelli is still more dangerous. Like Martinelli can actually like take it down to the wing, do some cutback. He's just a dangerous player. I think he has more of like a chaos factor to his game than Saka.
Saka, like at the start of the season towards like the middle, like Saka was doing that, but recently, like
Like he's slowed down.
Yeah, I think this
only been
he
after
slowed
the-
down recently.
Like
I think he's
Saka,
tired, man. I think it's because he plays a lot.
Yeah.
Like you guys rinsed that.
But
nigga.
he's
Yeah, he's over.
realistically the club has been on his back for the past like 3 years. Like we've drained that boy to
Yeah,
everything
bro.
he has.
Like
So like
you squeezed him like a sponge. Like
yeah, so and he's
That's
actually
all.
like I didn't know he was gonna play this well this season. Like I thought he was gonna do similar things to what he did last season. Like his numbers this season have actually impressed me. So like I think it's just a case in which like I agree with the like he does need competition because I think it's just a place where like we all know Arteta knows Saka has just unlimited XP at Arsenal, so he's starting week regardless. But I think he does need that competition. I agree.
he does.
Yeah.
Some people say
what we
Nelson,
can't
but
forget-
I'm not sure about that.
Let's
I
be
think
real.
Nelson deserves it.
Nelson,
Nelson's doing his thing, but not yet.
He's
Not
doing
yet.
this
Every
thing,
time
but
he
we
gets
know what
it,
he is. We know what he is. We
I
know
think
what
he should
is.
go to like a Brighton. If he went to a Brighton, he'd do his thing.
Yeah.
We know
Yeah,
what he
facts.
is, bro.
Yeah, facts.
I actually like
but it's
Nelson.
yes.
Kinda
We'll
like,
get,
I
we'll
wouldn't
get,
sell
we're
him.
still on.
Yeah. Who's next player?
I wouldn't sell for sure. Not yet, anyway, because who do we bring in type thing? Yeah. What do you guys think of
He
Rafael?
looks, he
Yeah.
looks quite bright on whenever he comes on.
Yeah.
Also, like I don't think we're going to sell him for a lot of money because Arsenal just can't sell players for money. I think our record
Our
sale-
record sale is like, isn't Chamberlain our record sale 35
it's
mil?
Chamberlain.
Like,
Yeah, it would. Yeah.
Was it Iwobi? I can't remember.
Yeah.
Wait, Iwobi is your record
He
sale.
might be.
I think it's close.
He might
It's
be.
close.
How much did you
He
sell
might-
Willock for?
Because we
Iwobi
sold
was
Willock
like
for
31,
30.
Willock,
But it's because
We never
when
sell for
all
more
our
than
best,
40.
like Van Persie and all them, man, when they left, it was like they didn't have any much time left on their contract. So Arsenal never used to do business the right way. Even like
Wow.
Sanchez, like when Sanchez left, like we don't
Yo,
sell
wait, how
our
much did you
players
sell
the right
Sanchez
way.
for?
It was a swap deal.
For
swap
Soto,
deal.
for-
It was a
for-
swap
For
deal.
We got
Mkhitaryan.
Mkhitaryan.
No, but I think
Yeah, but
there was some
Mkhitaryan
cash
brought
involved.
I think it was
Mkhitaryan brought
plus
Aubameyang.
10 M's or something like that.
He did bring
That's
goals.
crazy, bro.
There was nothing crazy, but yeah, that's one thing we definitely need to work on. But
Yeah, we
next
need to work
on
on
the
that.
keeper sell was Smith Rowe, my home screen.
Wait, I didn't hear you say
I still have
Ramsdale.
faith.
Keep.
Like you said,
Yeah, he
Ramsey.
did say
Ramsdale was the first person.
Oh,
Yeah.
sell Ramsdale for me, sure.
Smith Rowe,
what's your
I say
most
keep Smith
stories?
Rowe though.
Yeah, keep Smith Rowe definitely.
We keep
Villa got that
Smith Rowe, definitely.
European money now,
definitely
like.
one of our most sellable
Yeah,
assets.
yeah.
But we keep.
Smith Rowe out the door, mate. 40 million from Villa, but good.
Facts, big facts.
I
Get
think
the
I'll-
fuck out of
I
He's
think
the
definitely
club.
one of our most sellable
Yeah.
assets for sure.
Get the fuck out of the
Keep
club.
Smith Rowe, man. Keep
Back
Smith
out.
Rowe, man.
Go on,
I think I'll
Hey,
keep
Smith
him
Rowe.
get out.
but like,
I think injury has stopped Smith Rowe from having a crazy season this season.
He ain't
Like
been
the way we were
injured for
playing
like 10
football.
months now.
Yeah, but the injury was bad. Like the football that we've been playing, Smith Rowe in this system would have flourished. He would have flourished.
What role
Yeah.
would he have
Because
played?
he
This is the
gets
same
goals.
guy that got 10 goals last season. Like,
He got 10 goals in a
just-
team
like,
that
I don't think you can just say sell him based on the season where like he
Nah,
actually
I wouldn't say
hasn't
sell him.
played.
I was
I would
saying,
say
I
so.
was
yeah,
saying,
we can't sell him because
Ten
think of
that
what he did
season
last
alone.
season. Like he was
Yeah.
the guy for last season.
We got 3 left wingers better than him now. So you can't do a left wing no more.
I think if he converted to maybe an 8, then he could be a better squad
Yeah.
asset. But right now, I don't see him getting near the team.
I'm not sure he has the
Bro, out the
defensive and
door.
midfield like mind to play 8 though. Obviously, you can train it
Yeah.
up, but right now you couldn't drop him in at 8.
I prefer him
I
at
would
the
have liked
10
the
than
game that
Vieira
Vieira-
as a backup.
He's too fat to play 8. He can't run.
He needs
But
to
I
get
can't,
benched.
I can't
Prefer him
see him as a 10 either. Like, so his
I prefer him as
position
a
is-
backup 10 than Vieira, though. I prefer him as a backup 10 than Vieira. Vieira's
Yeah, but
terrible.
Vieira's out of the picture. Vieira is like the worst player in Arsenal history. That guy's dog shit. He's out of the picture.
Arsenal history.
Smith Rowe to me is a second striker. There's no space for second strikers.
I was going to
in,
say
like, in a
he
football
kind of has the
team.
Joao Felix problem or Felix
Yeah.
problem. Like he doesn't quite fit anywhere, but he's still a
or
good
like the
player.
Havertz problem. The Havertz just stinks. So
Havertz is just terrible.
Yeah, it's
I can't
almost-
lie.
yeah.
He's just terrible.
He didn't
I
look
hear
too
it.
bad
But I'd
today. I
keep
can't
him,
like
though.
when he came on. I feel,
Bro, that's what he does. He fools
Chelsea-
them. He fools them. He does all those cute, nice cameos. Then he doesn't score a goal. Then he'll say, "Oh,
Wait, who?
Havertz."
Havertz.
That's
No,
what he
I
fucking
don't-
They
I
does,
don't
don't
bro.
deserve, they don't deserve anything good, I'll be real.
was
They
like,
like signing
Chelsea.
players where they
Alright.
don't know their best positions, but they can put on skills low, so they're fine.
Yeah,
imagine if
so
we got Philip
Chelsea-
Coutinho.
9.5. That's crazy.
So if someone bid 45 mil for Smith Rowe, are you guys accepting?
I'll take that bar.
Yeah, kind of like, yeah. 45, 50.
45
yeah.
is healthy.
I'd say.
45
If I was
is
an
healthy.
Arsenal fan, I'm taking that cash. Yo.
So
Yeah,
healthy
I'm
amount.
taking
That
it.
cash.
Let me check what his actual value is right now.
Yeah, because like we're thinking of Rice and Caicedo, like that's money towards that. Man.
Like, yeah, like we need to facilitate money for the PL.
Okay, so his current value is 38 mil. His contract expires in 2026. 3 years left. So 45. I think 50 is the definite. 45. I'd be leaning towards,
Yeah,
'Cause
50,
Oh,
as
I
the
hear
same
it. I
thing,
hear it. I hear it.
Me personally,
we're
I
gonna
think
get to
50 is too
Patino.
much. 50 is too much for Smith Rowe, bro. Like, why would you sell Smith Rowe for 50 million, bro? What has he shown this season that is worth 50 million pounds, bro?
This season
do you
has
know
been
how many
injured.
people are
The
going for
last
80,
season,
90, 100
yeah,
M?
Yeah, but
people are
at least
going
they are
for crazy
playing, bro.
price.
They are playing football. Like, guy, this guy's not
No,
kicked
but
ball.
Smith Rowe
When was the
has
last
Smith Rowe
league
has
game you saw
English
Modric?
tax as well. English tax.
Bro, nah,
he's
free that. Yeah, 50
No,
million
like
for
so
Smith
when
Rowe
was
is
the last
blasphemous,
league
bro.
game you saw Modric played? Like,
Guy, it's not about that. Modric Champions League tax, bro. Madrid tax, bro. You saw it. We all saw that, bro.
he
Guy,
actually didn't play well in that game. I
Bro,
don't even think they were clapping
you
him.
guys
I
actually
think
watched
like
that
they were
game?
clapping for some reason. It
nah,
wasn't for
guy, he
him.
had a nice
I
goal
didn't.
anyway. This guy,
And you
come
guys
here, bro.
actually watched that game where Real Madrid clapped him. They clapped him because
They
he's
didn't clap
Ukrainian.
him, bro. It was
That was
something
some
else. I
Balassi
don't know, like,
performance.
how you
It
guys keep
was
saying
not
that
that
stuff.
good.
Bro, like you get what, bro? It's still, guy. That's what the Ukraine guys used, bro. They toyed. They wrapped Modric like a baby, bro. Like this nigga has not played up to 100 professional Ukraine games, bro. And Chelsea bought him for 100 million
400
euros.
million.
But the
Like, bro,
Ukraine
like
league has
literally.
been on halt for like.
I know, like in
Yeah.
December they didn't play. They didn't play for like a whole month before he went
Yeah.
Chelsea. Like there wasn't any like December league games. Like those guys, they sold like, bro. You know what they do? What they call marketing. They did that with Modric, bro. But he's going to be a good player, though. I still think. But like,
Eventually,
but
he
they
will
sold
come
that.
good.
And he has time.
Yeah.
on it.
Like
The
you
thing
guys
is,
are
Chelsea-
lucky,
Chelsea-
bro. You Arsenal guys are lucky as fuck. You didn't get that guy, bro. Because imagine like
The
what
thing
you
is,
would
we
have
would have
just
made
been
him
sitting
better
there.
than he is right now.
Nah, bro. I think it would have still been shit, bro. This season, bro. You would have been
I
complaining.
don't think he will be anywhere near Trossard.
Yes, bro. That's what I'm saying. He won't be
Oh,
as
for
he won't
sure,
be
for
nothing
sure,
like
no.
Trossard, bro. He won't be close
The
to
bit
Trossard.
that it's not that he would have been. It's not that he would have been absolute crap. It's that we wouldn't have gotten Trossard, and that would have been an issue. Because
Yeah.
Yeah,
the
like,
fact that
but like
Trossard
he won't have
coming-
had the same impact Trossard had, bro. Like Trossard impact is
for
actually
sure,
quite
correct.
deep.
For sure.
Like he won't have had the same impact. That's what I'm
Trossard
trying
won
to
us
say.
a couple games as far as I'm concerned.
Exactly,
Trossard
bro.
kept us
Modric could come
afloat
and be
at a point
stinking
where
up the pitch.
Nketiah, the ship was starting to sink with Nketiah. Martinelli was struggling. I think we had the
Yeah,
Everton
no,
game. Like
Trossard,
things weren't looking
Trossard
so
sick. I remember
Exactly. Now
the
imagine
Villa
you now
game.
you brought
He
Modric
balled out that game.
to replace the like bad from Martinelli guy. That would have been way worse, bro. Like you would have suffered
And then the
this, you know.
second,
Nah, honestly, I think they're like
you just mentioned-
the same type of player. So like Martinelli has most of his game. So I think buying him would have probably been a waste of money, you know. Like
Yeah, bro. I actually
if
think that for
Martinelli was
Arsenal.
struggling, like Modric could have struggled too. So, yeah, I think
Yeah.
Trossard was better signing, but also you have to think about the longevity of the signing. Like
Yeah.
Modric is 21 or what? And like Trossard's
Yeah,
29.
but like, what Trossard still has a couple years in him though, and like he's
Yeah,
not
I
like
know.
a
We'll
starter.
probably squeeze like 3 years out, maybe
Yeah,
2, 3
3
years.
Three,
years.
4 years. He's not a starter as well, so like still has a
Yeah.
few-
That's
a
he's
few
There's
years.
not a huge drop
he's
off,
the
like
perfect
Yeah.
caliber of
yeah,
squad
it's
player.
actually pretty, yeah.
Because he's the type of squad player that can come on in a game and literally change the game. He has that
Yes,
ability,
bro,
and
that
he
type
won't
of
miss
guy. He
two
has that
and
ability.
out. So he was a perfect signing. He was obviously unhappy at Brighton, so I'm glad we got him. And Samuel mentioned the Villa game. The other person from the Villa game is next, Jorginho. Keep or sell.
So
Ibrahim, I'll let you
so-
start with this one.
That we
Yeah,
can't
it's-
sell him.
if
We're not going to, but like I'd want us to sell him.
if
But,
a player's
Isn't
running
how
at
long was his
Jorginho,
deal? When we signed him, how long was
Yeah,
his
we
deal?
get no money though. We get no money.
You
I
guys
think it
are-
was a 2.5 year deal.
the fact that we bought him for 12 mil is so stupid because I swear he had 6 months. Like that made no sense.
Yeah,
Like,
Yeah,
that
that was
Very
spend that much money, you know, like
we basically paid for the João Felix loan because the money that we gave them for Jorginho 6 months earlier than we could have just gotten him for free is what they just gave Atletico for that loan. So
bro,
yeah,
whoever
obviously
negotiates
he helped us
deals
win that.
with the company is so bad. Sorry, what were you saying?
We needed him
Pardon?
though. We needed him.
We did
we
need
was
someone.
looking
We did need
needed. We
someone.
looking needed.
Yeah, he was needed.
played
At that time, like you could tell we needed a CDM badly.
Okay, yeah, I think
CDM
it was
In the
after
minute,
like
yeah, it's the
Jake
title
and
race.
Caicedo.
And
Half
we didn't
time
make
got
contract.
didn't he?
I mean,
Alright, so next,
especially if we get Declan Rice, I'd sell him. If we get Declan Rice, I'd sell him. We don't.
I
need
don't see
him.
the point in selling him though, because we get no P. Like he's got like 6 months left on his deal.
Oh, yeah, I guess.
Something like that.
Yeah,
It was like a year and a half deal that we signed him for.
A year and a half or
Okay, yeah.
two and a
Or
half
like
years.
2
it's
years
not-
or something like that. Yeah, from 2 years from January. Yeah, so we get no money.
Yeah, there's no point then.
Then I think we just keep him like he's just there for this.
If you just play in the FA Cup, like or the Carabao Cup or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So
All
we'll
right,
just keep it
and
for it.
next, Fabio Vieira. We need to whittle through because we're on 50 minutes already. Fabio Vieira.
So terrible.
We've
Terrible.
already touched on him already. So,
He's
El
terrible.
Neni.
So
Wait
no
till
one.
contract.
That one is still in your
Nah,
club.
just wait out the contract, can I?
Just wait out.
And
Wait
then he
out the
stayed.
contract.
He got a new contract.
Yeah, he's actually.
But Fabio
Oh, that's
Vieira,
true,
new
actually.
contract keep.
Damn.
Shaka.
Oh yeah. Keep. Hey, keep.
I'm happy to keep him around. There's no issue.
But I don't
We need a
want
squad.
Shaka starting for us though.
No,
I don't want him
obviously
starting for us.
someone else to start over him.
Yeah, squad.
But
But he's had a
a good
season
enough
this season
squad
though. He's had a season.
for sure. I mean, today another 2 assists. Like he's got 10 plus GA, and obviously from midfielder, that's not what
Yeah.
we're looking for. He has been good.
Yeah.
So yeah, Shaka can stay. Gabriel Jesus, we kind of touched on earlier, but yeah, can he
Keep.
long term? I don't think he can be our nine.
Keep.
I'd say keep because he's a useful attacker across the front three. He's got technical ability, but he can't be us. He's too emotional. When he misses a chance, he thinks about it too much. Haaland and Kane miss chances. Like Haaland missed that tapping in Community Shield and laughed because it's like when the next one comes, I'm there. Jesus is in interview saying we're too young. Like that is, I would sell him on the spot for that interview alone. I was so pissed off when that interview came out, but he can stay as a squad player, but he can't be our top striker long term. I just don't think.
I don't think he's a striker. That's the thing. He's not a striker.
Yeah, Pep said he's not a striker.
So we can keep
put
him
out on the wing. He bought him as a Aguero's replacement and quickly realized that he was not a striker.
He's not a striker.
He went into a Champions League final and benched him. Like he played no striker over playing Jesus. That's very damning when there's no other striker. So yeah, I think he can stay, but he can't be the main striker. Martinelli, we don't need to say much about that. We talked about Trossard and Nelson already, so I'll skip them. This is a question: Nketiah versus Balogun. What do we do? Because we can't keep all of them. One of them.
Nketiah. I don't even rate Nketiah too tough. To keep Nketiah. I don't even rate Nketiah too tough, but I actually think he should.
I think we can get more money for Balogun.
Yeah, same. So do I.
I feel like the fact that Nketiah is prem proven will add some some M's to his tag.
I think we'll definitely get more money for Nketiah. I think in foreign leagues, like there's really not a lot of money, and like so if a French team is going to buy Balogun, it really won't be for much. Like it's not worth it. I'd rather keep him.
But to be fair, if he's
I want to give him a chance.
If he's gonna hit 20
I think
goals,
he's earned a chance.
Who?
Yeah, like at a point he was top scorer rivaling Mbappe, so I think that earns he deserves a chance to
20 in the league.
I personally would sell both of them as kind of serious number 9.
Go sign Ivan Tony or someone, man.
No, but I don't think we do well. Like
I'd take Tony.
I think a striker is
anyone
not that high on our list of priorities. What?
Tony's a bad boy.
Number one, but anyone that's scoring 20 goals, anyone that's scoring 20 goals for Brentford, I'm happy to take you. And
I'll
take
Tony
as well.
Bro,
I'd happily take Tony.
I'd take Tony any day.
I'd happily take Tony. I'd take him as our starting number striker.
I think we should go for someone that's proved himself in Champions League. Like we need to start thinking like a big club. Tony,
but there are not that many champs.
It's rare right now.
No, but at the same time, like if you look at all the signings we've made recently, like the Prem signings that we've bought have actually played better than the European signings. Like Fabio Vieira was a Champions League player, and like obviously wasn't.
No, but we know why Vieira is not good.
We bought Trossard from the Premier League, and he's been playing well. Like he gets.
Yeah, but we know why like Vieira is not good. It's not because he's not technically good. It's because he's not physically ready for Premier League. But technically, he's good. He showed it in Europa. That goal was it Europa that he scored that long shot that was swerving.
Brentford.
Yeah,
Brentford. The technique was crazy, bro. And we need ball strikers. We don't have ball strikers. That's why I'm all for keeping Smith Rowe. Saka's getting there. Martinelli technically is getting there too. But the only sure ball strikers that we've had and we've seen, Smith Rowe, Xhaka to some extent, Odegaard has shown a bit of it. Partey is just too inconsistent. But that's all.
Yeah, he can't shoot. Probably can't shoot. Probably cannot shoot the ball. Let's
He was
just call it for what it
improving.
is.
He was improving for a period. Like he was on a run.
Yeah, Spurs.
Yeah, the
Spurs,
Spurs
nothing
game, yeah.
worse.
But
Like if you
the
look at okay,
Southampton,
let's look at
the
City.
Southampton shot.
Was livid. Oh my
Guy,
god.
look at City, guy. Look at the ball strikers everywhere. Grealish is getting there. His technique is getting there because of people he's around.
Grealish is cold.
Bernardo
Grealish is
Silva is something else. Gondwan can actually shoot. Rodri, for some odd reason too, he can shoot. Ake can shoot. Funny enough,
But why? Who would you
And
get
just got
then?
a-
Who is the Champions League proven striker that you get?
I'm just saying like where we should be thinking along those lines because we need to prem proven players. We already have that guy. We're going into we're going into Champions League, and this is not a child's play. It's not a child's play. That's what I'm so scared of. Like we need to show that we want to be a top club in Europe.
The market is thin though. Like I can only think of like
I can't
Lautaro
think of it.
Martinez.
I can't. I
Lautaro
know.
Martinez,
I would not want it.
and I wouldn't want
I would
either.
not
then.
want it.
I mean,
I wouldn't want either. Though.
But those are the only
You don't think
affordable
Lautaro?
ones you'd probably go for. Like, and even
so
Lautaro Martinez, he
now,
costs like 80 million.
Nah,
Yeah,
Martinez
he's not.
isn't
I don't.
falling.
After what I saw in that World Cup, I'm good.
Yeah. After that, what he did in that World Cup was criminal. It was criminal. He should give his
trying
medal
to do the
away.
Higuain.
He should give his medal away. That was criminal behavior.
Well, what are you guys' thoughts on Vlahovic? You think that's over, or like you think there's still a player in there?
His hold up play is
Player, the
terrible.
player in there. I don't know if I
No.
want to see it develop at Arsenal, if I'm being honest. Like,
Yeah, I don't think so as well.
I'm
Apparently,
happy we
he's
didn't
not-
sign him. I can't lie.
They do.
I'm happy we didn't sign him. I can't lie.
I mean, but like,
His goal record for Juventus, considering how Juventus have been, it's not been
yeah,
bad.
you are pretty ugly, man.
Like,
Like, play some really ugly balls. Really hard to shine as a striker in Juve.
You
Yeah,
really
like,
have not.
I feel
I think I'll low-key take him. It will just be too many left-footed players in my head.
Juve have been balling. They've actually been balling. Like they've been playing good ball. They literally.
Yeah,
it's-
but like
it's
they
just-
win games 1-0, 1-0, 1-0. Like they don't like
They don't put
Yes,
in.
and
they
they get-
don't really
and they get
score
injured a
goals
lot.
like that.
they don't really have
Obviously,
many.
all those
They don't have many
1-0,
creators like that, though.
yeah.
Like it's just Di Maria that's really creative that I
Yes.
can think of in that team, and even he gets injured bad.
Yeah, like the last game that they scored 2 goals in was in March. That wasn't even.
I just checked. Yeah,
Yeah,
Vlahovic has 18 shots on target and 8 goals. So his conversion rate is considered. It means he's not really getting many chances. 8 goals out of 18 shots on target is a pretty good return.
That's
I'd
so he's
say
not
that's
getting the. I think
He's not
I'll
getting
actually take
chances.
Arsenal, bro.
Atu,
I wouldn't mind.
what's
taking
his
him. Huh?
what's his XG? What's Vlavic's
Let me check
XG?
transfer.
It's showing me 8.54 here.
Man, he's doing
Yeah.
just okay. If he has how many goals? 8
8 from 8.5.
from
Yeah, 8 goals,
8.5.
8.5.
Yeah, he's doing just okay. So you can't say he's that good of a striker. He's meant to be scoring 8 goals.
But like,
I can
Yeah,
see-
he's not a world beater, but
but like
the
there's
striker market
really
is
not
not
much to take of the road.
I'm seeing he's got
I-
10 goals and
I
assists.
feel like another option we could have is probably find a goal scoring winger and keep Balogun and sell Nketiah. That's what I think.
Goal scoring winger.
I think we already have that with Martinelli. That's like half of the reason why like I'm not too vexed about Jesus because like he brings his wingers into the game.
Hmm.
Like See, like
If we
I
get,
already said it, when Nketiah, like the difference between when Nketiah was our striker and he's still our striker, like Martinez's
Yeah,
performance
that's
was
what I'm
nice
saying.
and day. You know, like
He's a false nine. He does that well. He does that role well.
Yeah.
He's a false nine. Like we just shouldn't expect him to be that killer goal scorer because that's just not him. So if we
he's actually
need
the
that,
most
yeah,
confusing
okay, let's
player I've ever
sign that.
seen. Like he's so good. Like he has everything to be a striker apart from scoring
Can't
goals.
finish.
It's like,
yeah, it's unfortunate because you want the perfect striker. Like obviously Harry Kane will never come to Arsenal because he's Tottenham captain. Harry Kane is the perfect striker for Arsenal. I don't think you could ask for a better fit in terms of when he gets the chance, he's going to score, but he also has the ability to drop deep and allow his wingers. Son has thrived playing with Kane because Kane drops and allows like the link up players there. But obviously, if Kane has an ounce of shame, he'll go to United because he has to leave Tottenham at some point. I've got just to finish off quickly the squad keeper Cedric. Still an Arsenal player.
Sell. Why is he still an Arsenal player? Oh my gosh.
There's too many bombs in our team, man. Like
There's
Nuno Tavares.
Genuinely, what I'm telling you, Nuno Tavares is the worst football player I've ever seen play for Arsenal. He's the worst football player I've ever seen play for
Arsenal. Like Arteta's talent ID is actually so bad.
He's suspect.
It's not that bad though. He's hit a lot.
He's had a couple gems.
He's hit a lot. He's hit a lot, but he's had some stinker.
He brought Odegaard in. He brought was Martinelli him?
Tomiyasu in.
No,
Emery was. Martinelli was. But he brought in Tomiyasu. He brought in Ramsdale. He brought in like he's hit. He brought in Ben White.
He brought in Ramsdale, but he sold
Ben Blanco. I'll give Ben Blanco, but he bought.
Yeah, I don't.
What's
He did sell minors.
Ibrahim makes a good point. What I don't understand about the Ramsdale signing is that we had Martinez, who won us the FA Cup and was incredible, sold him to keep Leno as our number one and then replace Leno the next season. It's not like Leno even had a bad year. So why? What was the point? When we signed Ramsdale, none of us thought Ramsdale was going to be starting. It was a confusing signing, and then we realized that this guy is gonna. He started Leno, I think, the first 3 games still, and then moved to Ramsdale. So I'm thinking like there was not much foresight there because we sold Martinez for 20 million, then paid more for Ramsdale. And in that 2021 season, Martinez was the better keeper. Like Martinez had an incredible season the season after we sold him. Last year and this year, it's been a bit streakier. Like when we played Villa at the Emirates, Martinez is the reason we won that game.
And then in the World Cup, he looks like the best keeper in the world in the World Cup. Now Martinez is funny.
On earth.
Martinez is Martinez is very funny.
He's irritating, but he's a funny guy. All right, next is Pablo Mari. Still an Arsenal player.
Terrible.
Nah, he's already sold. His deal with Monza got confirmed. He's gone.
Okay, thank God.
Okay, cool.
He got 7 million.
Now.
He doesn't want
Taylor now.
Did you see him? You see him the other day?
Leaving for free for some stupid reason. So we could have sold him last season Southampton for 20. We said no.
Should have sold him last season. Exactly.
Didn't do anything with him. Man, Edu Gaspar.
Listen, I ain't an Arteta out guy, but a lot of his decisions like are weird. Because you remember Rob Holding was meant to go to Newcastle 2 years ago. He's still here.
Yeah.
Albert Sambi-Lokonga.
Well,
yeah, Salah.
Burnley got promoted. He can link up with company.
Yeah, why did company tell us to buy him? That was true. Why do we listen to company?
Man City agent.
True.
He's an agent.
It's the first time I've seen a 6. He doesn't show. He literally doesn't show for the ball. It's like he doesn't want to be on the ball. He doesn't look to impose himself.
He's a body. He's a body. There's no impact. There's no positive impact.
He's just there. Pepe, I think the ship has sailed. He kind of has to go.
How's he even doing on loan? Like, is he doing well?
I think he was good, and then I think he got injured. He got injured, and I haven't really heard.
I know Nice at a point we're doing okay, but I don't. Yeah, I can't. I'm not going to pretend to keep tabs on Nice. Balogun, we kind of talked about the Nketiah debate, and Marquinhos is an easy keep. I think I had one more question, which was where did it all go wrong for us this season?
As in like specific game?
Like we know
Well,
the
I
game
will
it went
pinpoint a
wrong.
few. Sporting
for
Lisbon when
me,
Sonny Antonio
I think it was Saliba getting injured, and like obviously I had to replace him with Holding, who couldn't do what Saliba was doing. But like after like the first couple of games where you realize that okay, yeah, this guy can't replicate Saliba. Like as a manager, I believe that you can't spend your whole life playing one system and like if one cog in the system doesn't work, you just keep on doing
You
it
just keep on
until
exactly.
like something falls apart. Like you have to
It
change
doesn't make
things
sense.
up. Like and then I actually personally I don't really blame him for not benching Holding for QEO because I saw the Sporting cameo and the Liverpool cameo. He didn't really look like he could play football.
My issue is
So,
why are you giving someone a Premier League debut away at Anfield? What do you? How is it possibly
That
going to
was
go well?
a weird decision.
the first thing I
Like,
saw that guy do was
he,
break his line
he almost
fresh.
sold in
Yeah,
5
he
seconds.
nearly sold as soon as he came
So I was
on.
like, yeah, man, like keep that guy away
But
from
why did we sign him? I don't get this thing. Like, why did we
Nah,
sign him?
do you know the thing I was thinking about? You know, like we wanted Lissandro in the summer. We missed on him and got
Yeah.
Zinchenko. Lissandro is like a left-footed centre back, can kind of play DM. I think like Arteta realized he missed on Martinez and tried to get Kyrgios to like do the same thing. I don't even know what Arteta is planning to do.
I don't think Arteta would have played Martinez in centre back. He would have been a good LB. He would
LB,
have
yeah.
he would have played
I don't
where
know if he's trying to move Kyrgios there. I don't know, or maybe he's even trying to do that Pepe with three defenders and then one DM.
he
I
Yeah,
don't
does.
know.
definitely that, and then maybe they'll like move White to I don't
I
know.
think where
So if you
Arteta
think about it, like he moved right to right back, like White was playing CB before, so like a CB that can be playing wide. You get, I
Like
don't know
White
what
actually
exactly he's trying to
played
do,
DM
but
for Brighton. Like he had a couple games there, so
yeah.
yeah, for right, exactly. So I don't know what exactly he's trying to do, but I think like because we missed out Martinez, he's just trying to get someone else that like can do what he wants, but I don't know what he's trying to
You
implement in
can't
terms
though.
of.
You can't. You can't.
yeah.
He's not good enough at
I
all.
feel
I
like
I don't know why
don't
we're doing
think
this man solid players.
maybe I think for the rest of the season, I think we should just like trial Kiwior. Like
Yeah,
the season's
Yeah,
already
definitely.
over. I think worst case, I don't even think we're finishing third, but
we can't
Man,
finish.
Rob
please
Holding,
cut that out. I bet to please cut that out in case we actually finish third. But like, yeah, just play, just play Kiwior for the rest of
I'm
the
not
season.
doing any editing. This piece is an hour, 8 minutes. I'm not editing, so I'm so sorry. That didn't stay in, but continue.
Yeah, just play
Holding
Kiwior. I
said,
think we don't really have much to lose this season, so might as well just play
Yeah, there's
him.
nothing to
If
lose.
he's actually good enough to play next season, well,
I feel
I
like
don't want to be holding.
where Arteta messed up this season was after the January transfer window. He had a plan and he wanted to strengthen the team. And like as a team that's thin on players, on quality players, is you only play one formation on one way of football for the whole of the season. I don't think that made sense, if you get what I mean. Especially because like we didn't
that's
have any
fair.
reinforcements. So after January transfer window, I would have expected him to be trying on like I would have forgotten about the wherever we were because he needed a part of the season to experiment to see what he can play. We had players that get injured easily, and we didn't get players that we wanted in the transfer window. I feel like he was too naive. Like he should have tested out different formations. I needed to see more variation of Arsenal's play, and that's why they nabbed us. They nabbed us at Liverpool. They nabbed us at Southampton. That's why we drew. It's not because we didn't play good football. They just nabbed Arteta ball, and it can happen. Do you get what I
I
mean?
don't. I
But
don't know
it
if I agree with that.
doesn't seem like he had a plan.
no,
I think it was more
I think I
mental
agree.
though.
I think
Yeah, I think
Arteta
it's a
made a lot of
combination.
mistakes in the running, but if you think about it,
Yeah,
we was 2-0 up at Anfield. His
Yeah,
setup
we were
in
2-0
the
up.
game was mistake he made was making too many defensive subs too quick and inviting pressure on us and not taking
Yeah, we
Zinchenko off too
subbed
much.
off Odegaard for
Then we
Kivior
go
or
West
some
Ham.
crazy stuff.
you go West Ham, you can't blame the manager because his player missed a penalty that would have made us 3-1 up and we win that game. Then Southampton,
I
Ramsdale
was
gives
just
it away
thinking,
in 50 seconds.
10
It's
seconds
hard
into the game, your keeper.
your keeper, yeah.
because we played Rob Holding at Anfield and we went 2-0 up. We should have closed that game out, even without Rob Holding or with Rob Holding. Like, so the manager's probably thinking these are just like freak events. So I
But
get
then
I get why he persisted with Rob Holding, but the problem is that that's 2 seasons in a row where he's played Rob Holding high up, trying to like get the ball, win the ball back straight away. When Rob Holding can't do that, and it's cost us 2 seasons in a row, and that's partly his fault because he let Rob Holding stay when Rob Holding should have left the club years ago.
but at the same time, okay, you can tell how the formation at the back changes when Rob Holding plays instead of Saliba. Saliba has that presence as a defender, but Rob Holding is like we're playing with one less a man. So Partey now has to drop back, but that's not where Partey has been playing. Even though we shouldn't give excuses for Partey, so I feel like he's just relied on this because you can't say that we couldn't have played a different formation and kept like going. In preseason, remember when we played, was it Sevilla? The whole of preseason, he tried different formations, one of which was playing two up front. Remember when he played in Ketia and Jesus together? He tried it.
Mhm.
So I thought like coming into this season, we're gonna see different variations of Arsenal, but obviously, I guess he just thought like he picked the best, which is calm. But knowing that we didn't get what we needed in January, I feel like he should have switched up, which is
But
why
we
I
were
think that's
playing well. We were playing well up until recently. I think the problem was that he didn't react quick enough with Holding. But the problem is like, what's the solution? Because you can't, like, maybe he was too scared to play QER up until now when you've got nothing to lose, which is fair. But like, you're 2-0 up in 2 games playing Rob Holding. He can't really control the fact, other than Anfield maybe making too many defensive subs. He can't control the fact like his team just bottled it. Then even the Southampton game, Ramsdale giving the ball, like you can't. There's no system where Ramsdale like just decides not to give the ball away. You know what I mean? If that happens in any other system. Like that was just a brain fart by Ramsdale. That's not on Arteta. I think what was on Arteta was starting Holding in the first place.
Yeah.
I don't think there was a point in it. But then I think about our squad and I think what solutions really were there other than like party right back. But this guy can barely run, so imagine him playing right back.
I mean,
I
at the
think,
end of the
yeah,
day,
I think in terms of for Arteta, oh, sorry. Yeah, I'd say the only thing for Arteta, the only thing that I'd probably criticize him on is just that, like, it's the same thing that I would say happened last season, where like we literally had something in our hands, and as soon as like the pressure's turned on a bit, like in crunch time, we start to lose focus. We start to like I think the biggest problem with Arsenal right now, even while we're at their best, you can even see it today that like when we have someone ready for the kill, we don't actually execute on that. Like today should have easily been a 5-1, not even one. It should have been like 5-0 game easily, but because of just that, we just lack that like that killer instinct. That's what City have. That's what Liverpool had in the past. Like when we had Liverpool 2-0 up, the game was basically done. And then we started doing stupid things against West Ham. The first 20 minutes of that game, we completely destroyed them. And then things started to slip away. I think what we need to just focus on in terms of if that's for next season, if that's for the future, is that like we have to actually put an emphasis on like killing, like making sure like we're ruthless in every way, shape, or form. And that might be we need to bring in more players that can do that. But I also just think it has to just be rooted throughout the clubs. Like I think it's just a mental thing.
Yeah, I think it's just hard to determine what part of that is down to Arteta and what part of that is down to the players because, I think at Anfield, we were 2-0 up. Like, his game plan is working. Now, taking off Erdegaard and bringing on Kyrgios in the 78th minute, I thought that was crazy. But to have, even if you're doing that, like, you shouldn't be conceding the way that you are. And I don't know if that's Arteta himself can do anything about individual errors and mistakes. Like what Holding did to Jota, like that's just stupidity. Like even what Partey did in the West Ham game, that led to the penalty. Like there's no coaching There's no coaching that Arteta can do to stop you from just making stupid individual errors. So I think with better players next year, like hopefully we see a different change. But it just depends how much we can improve our squad and how much we can avoid injuries next year, and obviously how good City are. Like there's so many factors. Like I don't even know what to expect next year.
Yeah, because one
With
thing I'll give
theoretic-
Arteta, is that historically, like when he started managing us, he was bare adaptable. He went like done the 3/4/5 at the back. Last year at Chelsea, he played Saka like right wing back, and we got a result there when we were pushing for top 4. He's shown to be adaptable. I think just this year, the system he was playing was so like crazy good. Like we basically completely bought the title. We should have won it. And the fact that we went 2-0 up in both games, and then freak-like sort of incidents happened that he probably like didn't doubt the system. I just think at the City game, I don't think we get a point at City anyways, which is what we needed. But at the City game, maybe he should have switched it up. But I think the other 3 games, like he's just thinking, I've been 2-0 up twice in a row. Like the system's working. My team just needs to concentrate more. But then by the Southampton game, our keeper's giving them a free goal in the first 50 seconds of the game. Like it's hard to make it his fault. But I think when you have Rob Holding playing, you need to be more adaptable.
I think the City game, he had to humble himself. Like, remember when we beat them in the FA Cup semi-final? Like, we were playing 3 at the back. Like, we were like defending in blocks and then countering when we could. I think we actually had to use that mentality because of how poorly we were playing.
Pressing City high with Rob Holding is like crazy to me. Because even I could have told you, like, mid-block, get them on the counter with Nelly or Saka, try to do that. It was crazy to me seeing us try to press them because they break the press so easily. Then they play it long to Haaland or KDB and they're through. Like it's that easy.
Yeah, I mean, even with City, as of right now, I just think Pep just has his number. Like he just. I think the best I've ever seen us play City was last season at home for like 60 minutes. The way we were playing, I think we were before Gabriel sold game. Like we were actually playing. Like I can say that we were actually level. But in terms of that, apart from that day, like tactically, I've never seen a case in which Arteta has been able to match Pep. Apart from maybe that FA Cup game all those years ago. But yeah.
All right, cool. Unless anyone has any final points or any additional questions, I think we can probably wrap up the Arsenal special there. Obviously, it's been a good season. I don't want to pretend it's not, but I know you guys have felt the amount like the emotional roller coaster this season has been. After that Bournemouth game, I was like, it's gonna happen. Like it feels like that was one of the moments where it's like the Villa one was like, okay, we're getting there. The Bournemouth one, I was like, this is our moment. Like this is meant to be type thing. I was always weary that we had this fixture congestion coming at the end of the season. Not congestion, but difficult. We always had to go to Anfield. We always had to go to Etihad. We always had to go to St James Park. We always had to play Chelsea. Obviously, I didn't anticipate Chelsea being this bad. Like that was a breeze at this point. But we still have to play Brighton. Still have to play Brentford. So knew it was going to be tough towards the end of the season, but I just didn't expect it to unravel the way it did, both because of injuries and individual errors, negligence, whatever you want to put it down to. But yeah, I think overall 7 for the season is fair because at the end of the day, we crashed out of. Well, I don't want to say we crashed out of the FA Cup because we lost to City again 1-0. Carabao, we lost to Matoma, and Europa. Europa's the one that's really painful because Europa basically cost us the league as far as I'm concerned. If Saliba doesn't get injured that game, this run-in, I'm not scared. I feel like it would have been all good, but we'll go again next year. I don't think I can emotionally psych myself up for a title battle in the next 3 years. I need a little break, but hopefully we're competitive.
I think we'll be competitive. I don't think we're gonna win anything, respectfully. I can't lie.
I think we need a trophy next year because we haven't won one since 2020. Like we're a big club. We need a piece of silverware next year, and I want us to be touching champs quarters, champs semis. We're not there to participate. The last time we were in champs, we got decked by Bayern. The time before that, we lost to Monaco on away goals because Giroud was being Giroud. People like to act like he's close to being a legend of the game, but let's not forget that guy's a donkey. Like we watched this guy for a solid 5 years. Not good. I hate Giroud revisionism because we watched this guy week in, week out, and he was not that good.
History's gonna remember Giroud very differently, though.
Differently to what he was.
I remember Giroud. I will remember him. If my kids want to tell me that he won the Champions League, I'll tell them I saw this guy with my own 2 eyes, man.
If City win the FA Cup, we play them in the Community Shield because then it's the run.
Because we came second.
Yeah.
Funny enough, I think we'll win that game just it's a one-off. But yeah. All right, boys, it's been a pleasure. I think we'll call it there.
Safe.